In the enigmatic realm of human behavior, Sigma males stand apart as elusive figures of intrigue and mystery. Often portrayed as independent and introspective, these individuals command attention not through conventional leadership but through a silent, brooding presence that hints at depths untold. Yet, behind this veil of enigma lies a darker side, rarely glimpsed, a side where their innate aloofness can morph into chilling detachment, their self-assuredness into unsettling arrogance. When a Sigma male reveals his dark side, it unveils a series of terrifying incidents that defy the norms of social interaction and psychological predictability. Their tendency to eschew societal expectations and forge their path, while admirable in its independence, can also manifest in ways that unsettle those around them. From calculated manipulation to eerie displays of emotional detachment, these incidents paint a portrait of a personality type teetering on the edge of societal acceptance, often blurring the lines between admiration and apprehension. Understanding the complexities of a Sigma male means delving into these unnerving encounters, where their darkest inclinations challenge perceptions and provoke a disquieting fascination with the shadows of human nature. Number 26. I used to work at a small gas station on the night shift, where the quiet solitude often gave way to eerie encounters. One night, a man with a disheveled appearance stumbled in just before closing, his eyes darting nervously as he scanned the aisles. He approached the counter with a hurried demeanor, muttering about being followed and needing to leave town immediately. His presence sent a chill down my spine, his words tinged with paranoia that seemed to fill the small store with a sense of impending danger. Despite my unease, I tried to reassure him, offering directions and a sympathetic ear. As he left, glancing over his shoulder one last time, I couldn't shake the feeling that his presence had brought something unsettling into the normally quiet night, leaving me to ponder the mysteries that lingered in the shadows of the gas station's dimly lit aisles. Number 25. During a solo camping trip deep in the mountains, I settled into my tent as dusk fell, surrounded by the peaceful serenity of the wilderness. As the night deepened, a faint whisper of my name caught my attention, echoing through the stillness. At first I dismissed it as the wind playing tricks, but the voice persisted, growing clearer and seemingly closer. Gripped by unease, I peered into the darkness outside, only to catch fleeting movements among the trees, shadows that seemed to dart away whenever I focused on them. Each whisper sent a chill down my spine, making me question the solitude I had sought. Despite my mounting anxiety, dawn eventually broke, and with it, the whispers ceased, leaving behind an eerie silence that lingered long after I packed up and left the campsite. Number 24. While staying at a small, isolated hotel nestled in the countryside, I found myself unsettled by the sensation of breathing just beyond my window late one night. The rhythmic sound was unmistakably human, soft yet unnerving in the silence of the rural night. Straining to see through the darkness, I caught glimpses of movement outside, shadows shifting against the moonlit landscape. Each breath seemed closer, as if someone stood just outside watching. Fear tightened its grip as I struggled to rationalize the presence, wondering if it was a trick of the mind or a visitor unknown. Unable to endure the tension any longer, I finally mustered the courage to check outside, finding nothing but the whisper of wind through the trees. Yet the feeling of being watched persisted, haunting my thoughts until daybreak offered reprieve from the mysterious presence that had shared my isolated night. Number 23. Working the night shift at a 24-hour convenience store, I encountered a man with a strange, unsettling smile who seemed to watch me with unnerving intensity. Every night for weeks he appeared just outside the store, standing under the dim glow of the streetlight, his presence more felt than seen. Security footage showed him lingering at the edge of visibility, never quite crossing into the store's entrance. His unsettling smile seemed to grow wider with each passing night, his eyes locked onto mine through the glass doors. Despite notifying the police, he always vanished before they arrived, leaving behind an unsettling aura that lingered long after each shift ended. Number 22, exploring old, abandoned places with friends has always been an adventure, but our latest excursion to a crumbling mansion deep in the woods unearthed more than we bargained for. The air was thick with decay and silence as we ventured through overgrown gardens and cracked marble hallways. In a forgotten library, we discovered a collection of dusty journals, their pages filled with cryptic writings and faded sketches hinting at occult rituals and long-forgotten secrets. Each room whispered with echoes of the past, stirring shadows that seemed to watch our every move. Despite our fascination, a sense of unease grew with each step deeper into the mansion's heart, where darkness held sway over crumbling walls and forgotten dreams, leaving us haunted by the mysteries we uncovered in that eerie place. Number 21, campfire tales of a local legend turning real left us unnerved during a weekend in the woods, where inexplicable hoof prints circled our campsite at dawn. The night had been filled with laughter and camaraderie until a distant sound of hooves echoed through the trees, drawing our attention to the edge of the clearing. There, illuminated by flickering firelight, we saw the unmistakable tracks of a creature thought only to exist in folklore. The air grew heavy with tension as we debated the origin of those prints, our imaginations weaving tales of ancient curses and restless spirits haunting the forest. Despite our attempts to rationalize the phenomenon, the eerie presence of those hoof prints lingered, casting shadows of doubt over the safety of our isolated campsite. Number 21, evening, I was sitting on my porch, enjoying the cool breeze. I noticed a car parked down the street with its headlights off. It seemed out of place, but I didn't think much of it. As the night went on, the car remained there. I decided to call the police, but before I could, the car's headlights turned on, and it sped off. A few days later, I saw the same car parked outside my house again, and this time, it stayed for hours. The sense of unease grew as I watched from behind curtains, wondering about the occupants' intentions. Each passing hour felt like an eternity, the quiet of the night shattered by the presence of the mysterious car and the unanswered questions it left in its wake. Number 19, during a road trip through unfamiliar terrain, I encountered a menacing figure at a deserted rest stop late one night. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows as I stepped out of my car, seeking relief from hours of driving. As I approached the restroom, a silhouette emerged from the darkness, its presence unsettling in the desolate silence. The figure, clad in worn clothes and with an intense gaze, seemed out of place in the abandoned surroundings. Instinctively, I retreated to the safety of my car, heart pounding with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Despite the encounter lasting mere moments, the image of that solitary figure haunted my thoughts for the remainder of the journey, a stark reminder of the unseen dangers lurking in remote corners of the road. Number 18, while staying at a friend's cabin in the mountains, I experienced mysterious knocking on the door at 3 a.m. The night had been unusually quiet, the cabin surrounded by dense woods cloaked in darkness. The rhythmic knocks, 3 in succession, shattered the silence, echoing through the stillness with eerie persistence. Each time I peered through the window, expecting to catch a glimpse of the visitor, only darkness greeted me. The knocks continued sporadically throughout the night, accompanied by a sense of unease that settled like a heavy blanket over the cabin. Despite my attempts to rationalize the phenomenon, the unanswered question of who or what sought entry in the dead of night lingered, casting a shadow over what should have been a peaceful retreat. Number 17, a mysterious incident involving an elevator while working late in my office building left me shaken and questioning reality. The evening had been routine until I entered the elevator on my way home, only for it to unexpectedly halt between floors. The sudden darkness and silence triggered a primal fear, amplified by the realization that I was alone in the confined space. As minutes stretched into eternity, panic threatened to overwhelm me, accompanied by an inexplicable sensation of being watched. When the elevator finally resumed its descent, I exited trembling, haunted by the unsettling experience that defied logical explanation. The incident left me wary of elevators for weeks, a lingering reminder of the unknown forces that can disrupt the safety of everyday routines. Number 16. While working the night shift at our town's only diner, I noticed a man sitting in a booth, staring at me. The late hour had emptied the diner of its usual patrons, leaving only the faint hum of refrigerators and the occasional clink of dishes. The man's intense gaze bore into mine, devoid of any discernible emotion, sending a chill down my spine. Despite my discomfort, I approached cautiously, offering the usual menu with forced politeness. He remained silent, his eyes never wavering from mine, creating an atmosphere thick with unspoken tension. As the night wore on, the man's presence seemed to fill the empty diner with an eerie presence, his unmoving figure a silent challenge to the solitude of the night shift. Number 15. Driving through a rural area late at night, I noticed a car following me. No matter how many turns I made, it stayed behind, a persistent shadow in the darkness. My heart raced as I took a sharp turn into a dark alley, hoping to lose it. The car stopped at the alley entrance, its headlights extinguished. I held my breath, watching the silhouette of the driver waiting. Minutes stretched into eternity before the car suddenly sped off, leaving me shaken and wary of the unknown pursuit. In the weeks that followed, sleep eluded me, haunted by the memory of that relentless pursuit and the unanswered questions it left in its wake. Number 14. Campfire tales of eerie encounters during solo hikes in remote areas always fascinated me. One such hike led me deep into the wilderness, where whispers of my name echoed through the trees at dusk. Initially dismissing it as imagination, the whispers persisted, growing clearer and more unsettling with each step. Shadows darted at the periphery of my vision, elusive as I sought their source. The wilderness, once serene, now seemed alive with unseen watchers, a presence that chilled me to the core. Despite my unease, I pressed on, driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, determined to uncover the truth behind the whispers that haunted my solitary journey. Number 13. Discovering mysterious journals or writings always intrigued me. One such discovery, hidden in an old attic of a dilapidated mansion, revealed tales of forbidden rituals and forgotten histories. The pages, yellowed with age, spoke of a family's descent into darkness, their secrets intertwined with the crumbling walls of the mansion. Each entry painted a portrait of lives shaped by unseen forces, their echoes lingering in the air as I pored over the fragile pages. Despite the chilling revelations, I felt drawn deeper into the mystery, compelled to uncover the truth that lay buried beneath layers of time and neglect. Number 12. Dilapidated structures and mysterious figures have always fascinated me. Exploring an abandoned cabin in the woods, we stumbled upon cryptic symbols etched into weathered walls, their meaning lost to time. The air was heavy with the scent of decay as we ventured deeper, shadows dancing in the flickering light of our flashlights. Each creak of floorboards echoed through the silence, a reminder of forgotten lives that once inhabited the cabin. Despite our trepidation, curiosity drove us onward, seeking answers amidst the rubble and remnants of a bygone era. The cabin, a testament to forgotten stories and untold mysteries, left an indelible mark on our memories, its secrets forever haunting our imaginations. Number 11. Discovering eerie encounters during weekend stays at remote cabins always intrigued me. One such stay led to a chilling discovery, a series of whispered warnings etched into the cabin's weathered walls. The messages, cryptic and faded, spoke of unseen presences that lurked beyond the safety of the cabin's walls. Each night, the forest seemed to hold its breath, shadows lengthening with the setting sun. Despite our unease, we ventured into the surrounding woods, drawn by a mix of fear and fascination. The cabin, once a refuge, now seemed a gateway to darker truths, its whispered warnings a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lay hidden in the wilderness. Number 10. In the quiet of night, a distant cry for help pierced the air, seemingly from a direction I knew held no trails or campsites. The urgency in the voice sent shivers down my spine, compelling me to grab a flashlight and venture into the darkness. As I navigated through thick underbrush and twisted trees, the cries grew louder, echoing with desperation. My heart raced with each step, uncertain of what I might find at the source of the distress. The forest seemed to hold its breath, shadows shifting as if to conceal the truth lurking just beyond my reach. Despite my fear, a determination to uncover the mystery drove me forward, guided by an inexplicable pull towards the unknown. Number 9. Working the night shift at our town's only diner was usually quiet, but one night I noticed a man sitting in a booth, staring at me. His presence felt like an intrusion in the otherwise empty diner, his gaze unwavering and unsettling. I approached cautiously, offering the usual menu with a forced smile, but he remained silent, his eyes piercing through the dim light. The air seemed charged with tension as minutes stretched into an eternity of uneasy silence. Each passing moment deepened my discomfort, a sense of unease growing with the realization that this encounter was anything but ordinary. Despite the familiarity of the diner's walls, the night took on a surreal quality, marked by the silent exchange that left me questioning the boundaries between reality and imagination. Number 8. Discovering mysterious maps and exploring forbidden areas always intrigued me. One such map, found tucked away in an old bookstore, led us deep into the heart of an abandoned quarry. The air was thick with dust and echoes of distant machinery, remnants of a time when the quarry echoed with life. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, we navigated through crumbling tunnels and rusted machinery, each step uncovering glimpses of forgotten history. The quarry, once off limits and shrouded in mystery, now revealed its secrets with each turn of the map. Despite the danger of collapsing structures and unseen hazards, our curiosity drove us deeper into the labyrinth of tunnels, guided by the thrill of exploration and the promise of uncovering hidden treasures from a forgotten era. Number 7. They apologize for nothing. Sigma males operate with unwavering purpose, making decisions deliberately and standing by them without remorse. Every action is part of a calculated plan or principle they adhere to, driven by deep trust in their instincts and judgment. This steadfastness reflects a profound self-assuredness where they prioritize living authentically and on their own terms, valuing personal conviction over external validation. Apologizing for their actions would contradict their principles, as they believe in the integrity of their decisions, regardless of others' perspectives. Number 6. Embracing their dark side. Sigma males embrace their darker traits as integral to their identity, recognizing these aspects as natural and essential. They view their shadow self as a loyal companion, reflecting parts of themselves not always visible to others. Instead of suppressing these elements, they accept and integrate them, understanding their role in fostering strength, resilience, and depth. This acceptance allows them to authentically navigate life, leveraging their darker traits to drive ambition and protect themselves when necessary, all while maintaining a balanced perspective on their personal identity. Number 5. They can appear emotionless. Sigma males often exhibit a stoic demeanor that can unsettle those around them. Their ability to remain composed and seemingly emotionless in chaotic or stressful situations can create a sense of distance or intimidation. While others may show visible signs of distress or panic, Sigma males maintain a calm and controlled exterior, guided by a belief in rationality over emotion. This stoicism, rooted in their deep processing of situations, sometimes leads to misunderstandings, as their calmness might be mistaken for indifference or lack of empathy. However, underneath their composed facade, Sigma males approach challenges with a unique perspective that values internal reflection and deliberate action. Number 4. Manipulative ingratiation. When a Sigma male taps into his darker side, he becomes adept at strategic manipulation, particularly through ingratiation. This involves using charm and calculated kindness to influence others for personal gain. Sigma males are keen observers of social dynamics, carefully assessing relationships to ensure they are never at a disadvantage. For example, they might flatter colleagues or superiors not out of genuine friendship, but to secure advantageous positions or opportunities. This strategic approach reflects their deep understanding of human behavior and their ability to navigate social interactions with precision and control. While this behavior may seem self-serving, it aligns with their goal-oriented mindset and ensures they can assert influence while maintaining autonomy in their pursuits. Number 3. The bad day empowerment paradox. Sigma males often experience a paradoxical empowerment when channeling their darker side on particularly challenging days. Despite feeling fed up or frustrated, they exude a unique confidence and aura of command. This transformation can lead to increased respect and admiration from others, who perceive this display of authenticity as a sign of strength. For instance, in a service role, a Sigma male's decision to prioritize genuine interaction over pleasing every customer can unexpectedly lead to higher rewards, as patrons appreciate the refreshing honesty or confident demeanor. This paradox illustrates how embracing authenticity, even in darker moments, can paradoxically enhance personal presence and influence. Number 2. They move like a freight train. When a Sigma male taps into his darker side, his demeanor shifts drastically, resembling a freight train in both movement and mindset. Physically, his stride becomes powerful and commanding, as if plowing through obstacles. Mentally, he adopts an attitude of relentless determination, pursuing goals with unwavering focus and intensity. This transformation reflects his belief in overcoming challenges with sheer willpower, embodying an unstoppable force in his pursuits. This intense drive and energy define his approach to achieving objectives, demonstrating a formidable determination that commands attention and respect. Number 1. People are in disbelief. Sigma males are typically seen as pillars of composure and stability, known for their calm and collected demeanor in almost any situation. However, when their darker side emerges, it can shock those around them. This sudden shift to a more intense or aggressive version of themselves contrasts sharply with their usual persona, akin to witnessing a serene lake turn into a stormy sea. This unexpected change can leave people unsettled, reminding them that even the most composed individuals possess depths of emotion and intensity beneath the surface. Sigma males' ability to switch between these contrasting states highlights their complexity and the multifaceted nature of their personalities. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the join button under this video.